The next guest on Smarter San Diego TV is our Scripps Ranch community correspondent. He is joined by the president of the Scripps Ranch Civic Association. Please welcome back Scott Ryan and his guest, Bob Ilko.
Well done. All right. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, Derek.
How you guys doing?
Great.
Scott, you're a pillar in the community at Scripps Ranch. Congratulations to you for being out there so much, caring so much about the community, bringing great people, guests onto the show. We really appreciate you. I just want you to know that. You decided to bring Bob today.
Yep. I decided, Scripps Ranch is such a great place. Why not bring one of the most influential people on here?
Yeah.
Being the president of the Civic Association, Bob is a great person to represent our community. So.
Absolutely. And we had a lot of people, Bob, on Facebook. As I saw you got in there.
Yes.
You got in there. You took the gloves off.
I respond to everybody.
Did you?
I do.
Tell us about the SRCA.
We're not a homeowners association. We are a volunteer town council. We have 27 people on our board. 22 of them are elected district representatives. And we are the hub for information, advocacy, events, and activities in Scripps Ranch.
Okay. So when it comes to you don't have necessarily any responsibilities. You guys are a self-created organization trying to better the community.
Absolutely.
Okay. So some of the comments, people think you guys are in charge of stuff. Like, we need a new bridge here, we need to clean this area up. It's pretty funny. But, at the same time, you're the people of Scripps Ranch, so you're probably capable of just about anything.
Yeah, we've been able to get things accomplished. One of the comments was about a dog park, and the city water department doesn't build parks, but they built a demonstration garden, which now turned out to be an unofficial dog park. And yes, they asked us what we wanted, and we told them to cover it, and we found a way to get grass, open space, without building a park.
Gotcha.
So we would like to build another dog park. We have 2 more opportunities to do that in Scripps over the next few years.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we do.
Well, people will be very glad to hear about that, because dog park was like one of the things that was a big deal for people on there, right?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get to social media here, Rebecca.
Yep, so the post says, Scripps Ranch, we want to know what you think about the Scripps Ranch Civic Association. What would you like to see them working on or towards for Scripps Ranch? Christian Hansen says, build a pedestrian bridge over Pomerado from Scripps Ranch Boulevard to Scripps Ranch Row for middle school kids who walk to school. They have to use the crosswalk during morning rush hour, which causes a traffic nightmare and is very dangerous for the children.
Now, this one is really interesting because we had 22 thumbs up on that one, which was the most in the thread, which is a lot for a comment. And so this is a big deal, but I know, Bob, this isn't necessarily something you guys are responsible for, but I know you've been involved in something similar to this.
At Marsh Middle School, I spent about 8 years on the design, development, and construction of the middle school. And we asked the school district to look into building a pedestrian bridge, how you can build it. There's issues of eminent domain, wetlands mitigation, the practical use of, well, kids use it. Mira Mesa has a pedestrian bridge, and the kids still cross the road because it's a lot quicker than going up, over, down, and then across the road. So it's a practical issue, but the school district has to fund it. And the cost of middle school went over budget, and the school district doesn't have money to build a pedestrian bridge.
And is this something where you could somehow get the residents of Scripps Ranch to say, hey, you guys want a bridge? Let's get a GoFundMe going here.
It could be done.
It could be.
In Sabre Springs, they bought a bridge. It took the federal government to fund it, but it's possible.
Okay, so it's possible. So you're saying there's a chance, Bob.
Yes.
The residents of Scripps Ranch really care about this, Scott. That's a big deal. When it has to do with the school and the kids, maybe you could get people involved.
I mean, I have 3 kids, and eventually they're going to be at Marshall Middle. It's from a design aspect, you see a lot of parents dropping off out of convenience of not having to go into the school. But from a safety perspective, I could see why people would want it. I just don't know how feasible it actually is going to be.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to, don't shoot the messenger here, Christian.
Yeah.
We're just telling you what's up. It is what it is. We're obviously trying to do everything we can here. What else do we have, Rebecca?
We have Lydia Weber, who says a designated dog park would be great. Also more biking lanes, or convert sidewalks into bike lanes, as no one walks on sidewalks very often.
Now, I don't know about this, because I don't live there, but I've never seen a biker in Scripps Ranch. Is that a really big deal?
They're around. You
Yeah?
see packs of bikers, actually. A lot of them head out towards Poway on Scripps Parkway. So I see them oftentimes in the mornings, you know.
Well,
on Scripps Lake Drive, we added bike lanes when the city didn't have them. Pomerado Road gets the bicyclists that go to Poway. It's something that the city is looking to do more of, but unfortunately the road width is what it is, and you can't squeeze a bike lane necessarily in a lot of our streets.
I'm just as scared when there's a bike lane and the bikers, man. They just seem to, they have way too brave.
Yeah.
They're just like, you know, all the way over in the lane and stuff like that.
Well, there's a rule now that the driver has to leave like a 3-foot bumper.
Yeah, and how can you do that? I mean, unless you're driving the other lane.
But then you think it's really not that much.
No, it's not. Not for what's going on. What else do we have, Rebecca?
We have Kathy Randall, who says, Stonebridge just put up a beautiful signage welcoming people to their neighborhood. Wish we had a statement sign or two.
Okay. This comes up a lot, I think, in Scripps Ranch. People really want the big entry, Scott.
Yeah. What's nice is they just redid the signage you come into Pomerado, but you know, more than just the beautification of it, it's the dead trees on Pomerado, and there's a lot of eucalyptus, and over time, you know, some of those trees have been removed, but I constantly hear it as a comment, you know, whether I was at the Fire Expo or talking to residents or agents on Caravan. It seems to be a hot topic, and I'm sure Bob has some ideas of what could be done.
Anything there, Bob?
Well, then, if it's within 200 feet of homes, the city fire department does regulate that, and we've been removing certain size trees within the 200 feet of habitable homes. The property, then city-owned property. So
What are you going to do?
There's some issues of using public funds on private property to build a monument sign. That could be a hang-up.
Well, maybe we just need to get a petition going. Maybe that's what we need.
Yeah.
I know the market's been doing well in Scripps Ranch. Scott, do you want to tell us, kind of give us an update on what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Scripps Ranch is just, if I had one word, it's consistent. I mean, if you look at the current active pendings and solds, you know, detached condos, it's almost even across the board. Right now, you know, you basically have 34 active properties or sold properties. You've got 28 pending and 32 sold from a detached perspective. Now, I did take out Stonebridge because that's a whole different anomaly, so we're talking about proper Scripps Ranch. From a median price point, you know, everything is coming down to about $900,000 is the average, you know, median price for a home in Scripps Ranch. The pendings are around $772, and you know, things are really moving. The best thing I actually saw was the price per square foot. The price per square foot, detached versus condo, was within pennies of each other.
Wow.
Everything is settling right at $325 a square foot, and that seems to be a real hot button for buyers. You know, that doesn't work very well at the coast because you see a lot of custom homes, but in Scripps Ranch, you have a lot of like kind properties. So things really seem to be settling down at that $325 a square foot. And then looking at the days on market, you know, things are trending upwards a little bit. The lower priced properties are still selling quickly, but you're seeing the days on market incrementally starting to go up a little bit. So if I'm a buyer or a seller, kind of looking at things, I think if you're a seller, you want to beat that spring rush. I think the inventories in general across San Diego and especially in Scripps Ranch are going to increase from where they've been. So as a buyer, you need to be pre-approved, ready to go. And as a seller, I'd try to beat out that competition and be one of those first homes on the market in that late winter, early spring.
Okay.
So
fantastic stuff from Scott Ryan. Really appreciate you being here and bringing Bob with you today.
Absolutely.
Bob, thank you for your time.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
it, man.
much.
All right, stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.